Hi there, bar is open, so let's review the Bowmore 12 years single malt. Hey, thanks for clicking on the video. SG Alcohol Guy here, giving you honest reviews on the alcohols that I am tasting. And as mentioned, today we'll be looking at the Bowmore aged 12 years Islay single malt Scotch whiskey. And this is a signature distillery style of peat smoke, citrus, and vanilla. Perfectly balanced at 12 years old. So that kind of means this is going to be a peaty whiskey or a smoky whiskey where you can taste the smokiness. And there are some that I find too peaty. So let's see how this one works out. And as usual, when I review my whiskeys, I'll do it in 3 steps. Number 1, I'll be tasting it neat from a tulip glass. Number 2, I will be adding a few drops of water into the neat with tulip glass just to see how the taste opens up. And finally, I will then pour it into a glass with ice. And that will help to see if any flavors enhanced by being chilled. And this Bowmore Islay single malt Scotch whiskey aged 12 years is retailing at 69 Singapore dollars per bottle. And this is a 700 milliliters bottle with a 40% alcohol content. And let's see how it tastes. Neat. Again, just a small serving, because I'm not an alcoholic. What we want to do now is to look at the color, the smell of the whiskey, and also how long it takes for the whiskey to come down from the side of the glass after you swirl it. And this one has just started to come down. So it's taking a very long time to slowly make its way down from the bottom of the glass to the rest of the liquid. That's a very good sign, right? If it takes about 20 seconds, 30 seconds for it to go downwards, that also means it takes roughly about the same time at the back of your throat coming down. So there's going to be some finish to this whiskey. Highly promising. Color-wise, there's a hint of amber, to the yellow. So I think this is a really nice, interesting cask that they use to age the whiskey. And the scent, now when you try to nose the whiskey, you just have to swirl it in a tulip glass and put your nose above it. The smell comes out naturally. And it is unmistakably peaty. I can smell the smokiness. It's coming right up my nose. But it's not an unpleasant smokiness. It doesn't, give me any choking sensation. There are some that, again, way too peaty. But we'll find out. Taste test 1. There are some peaty whiskies that, are very rough on top of the smokiness. This one has a very beautiful, sweet taste that is complemented by the smokiness. So it doesn't go overpoweringly sweet, but yet it doesn't go too rough and dry on the smoky side. It's actually a very pleasant sensation. It doesn't burn me in any way whatsoever. Plus, the taste travels throughout my tongue, coming down the back of my throat. There's still the taste at the back. So for this price, that's not bad. Let's see how it does with water. Now mixing this with some water, the scent-wise, the smokiness disappeared. I don't smell any smokiness whatsoever, and just left with the original taste of the whiskey, which comes across as a little bit sweet. To the point I'm actually salivating just by, smelling it. Let's see, taste test 2. As for the smell, the smokiness is almost all gone. The original taste of the whiskey, the sweetness is there. There's a hint of, vanilla. I guess I can taste a little bit of vanilla as well. However, by removing the smokiness, it leaves a gap. And there's a gap at the back of my tongue where it's blank. There's no taste there. It sort of skips that part, comes down here. Again, that sweeter, even the vanilla scent taste is coming down, but right at the back of my tongue, nothing. It's blank. And now, let's see it on ice. Again, just a small portion. I've let this sit for a while so that it can get sufficiently chilled, so I want to see the scent. Much like the one with water, the smokiness is greatly reduced, but the sweetness is also reduced. You know, it sort of diluted the whiskey a little bit too much. But let's find out. Taste test 3. Now, interestingly, having it chilled, the texture has changed considerably. This was smooth, you know, the one meat was smooth, with water was smooth, but having it with ice, there's a roughness on my tongue. It doesn't flow down so nicely. It sort of tries to stay and bite a little bit all the way down. The finish, however, is reduced. I don't taste much at the back. Lingering smokiness, but I don't taste much. It's just a lot of taste on my tongue, on the back of my tongue as well. There's some roughness of this whiskey, but there's no aftertaste. There's no finish. My personal recommendation would be to either drink it neat, where you get a mix of flavors, the smokiness plus the sweetness, or drinking it chilled on the rocks, where you have a different texture of the whiskey whatsoever. Either way, the Bowmore Islay single malt Scotch whiskey, aged 12 years, is worth getting. Hey, thanks for watching up to this point. I just want to state that all these opinions are my own. It's not to be used as an industry standard. I do, however, want to find out what you think about this Bowmore Islay single malt Scotch whiskey, aged 12 years. So do drop me some comments and let me know what you think. And if you're still here, do help me click on the like button. Do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, plus the notification bell, because I upload 2 new videos every week. I actually like this on ice, so as usual, happy drinking.